Good morning, children. Today we are going to learn a new topic. The name of the topic is The Midnight Visitor. It is written by Robert Arthur. It is an adventure story. We will understand it step by step with proper summary and explanation also. So let us begin. Here is the introduction of the chapter. Introduction to the lesson. Possible is a secret agent is expecting a very important report. Another secret agent, Max, threatens him with a pistol, demanding the report. Does Oswald outwit him? The story is about a secret agent. Oswald, who has spent an evening with a writer named Fowler, who had expected that as he would be meeting a secret agent, he would be looking into a lot of adventure. But instead, he rather gets bored when he meets Oswald, as the things that happened were exactly the opposite of what he had imagined. How Oswald gets rid of his unexpected case proves his expertise as a secret agent. In short, I will say you that Oswald is a secret agent and Mr. Fowler is a writer. He comes to Oswald to meet him for some important work. Oswald is a secret agent already told, and what Fowler thinks that his day will be very adventurous. But when he meets Oswald, that time his expectations collapse. But at a particular time, Mr. Fowler comes to know that really he is a secret agent. One more man is there, Max, named Max. He's also a secret agent. He also meets Oswald, and what happens, everything is explained in the chapter. About the author, Robert J. Arthur Jr. November 10, 1909, May 2, 1969. He was a writer of speculative fiction known for his work with the Mysterious Traveller radio series and for writing The Three Investigators, a series of young adult novels. Arthur was honored twice by the Mystery Writers of America with an Edgar Award for Best Radio Drama. He also wrote scripts for television such as The Twilight Zone, Alfred Hitchcock's TV show, and Alfred Hitchcock's Presents. That was about writer. Now, in short, we are going to have a summary of this chapter, The Midnight Visitor. So let us begin. Children, you have to pay your attention carefully so that you can understand the summary. And if you understand the summary well, then there will be no problem to read the chapter easily, to read the story easily, and you will understand it very easily. Some difficult words are given here. I will explain those difficult words also. So we will go through the second summary. The Midnight Visitor summary. The story is about a witty secret agent named Oswald. He was with a writer named Fowler throughout the evening as Fowler was interested in spending time with a secret agent. But when he spends time with Oswald, he realizes that he is exactly the opposite of what he had imagined, and that he was a bore Oswald and imagined, and that he was bored. He was getting bored. Oswald then told Fowler that he had been thinking wrong and that soon he would be looking at a report that would change the country's future. Then Oswald takes Fowler to his room, and when they entered the room, a guy with a gun named Max was standing in the room. He asked them to be comfortable until the reports about the missile arrived in 30 minutes, as he was there to steal the reports. This was the first adventure out of many that Fowler had expected when he had thought of meeting a secret agent. While they were talking, Oswald started with a story about how a guy had entered from the balcony last month below his room. While his talk was going on, a sudden knock was heard at the door. Oswald said that it must be the police as he wanted them to check on him after some time because he wanted to make the reports that were coming in extra secure. Max, pointing his gun towards them, said that he would be waiting in the balcony and that Oswald should send away the police, otherwise he would shoot them and even take the risk of being caught by the police. As the doorknob is turned, Max jumps out of the window and a loud scream is heard. The door opens and a waiter comes in and says that he has brought the wine that Mr. Rossable had ordered. He keeps the bottle, tray, and glasses on the table and leaves. Fowler is surprised and asks him about the police, to which Rossable replied that there was no police. Then Fowler asks what about the person who was waiting in the balcony outside the window, to which Rossable replied that the person would not return and that there was no balcony there. This shows the quick wit of Possible as he took advantage of the situation and made Max nervous, due to which he jumped out of the window without thinking and looking down. He had jumped from the top floor of the hotel and would have possibly died. This is how Possible outwitted Max and saved himself from a very dangerous situation. This is all about the summary, children. I hope you have understood it very well, and this is a very simple story but very suspensive and even adventurous. The Midnight Visitor lesson and explanation with word meanings. So, in this, I will read the story as well as I will explain you according to the paragraphs I have selected here. And some difficult words are here, or new words we can say, difficult or new words. Even I will explain you all those words also. So, now we'll go through the explanation of the story. The Midnight Visitor lesson and explanation with word meanings. So, let us start. Possibly did not fit any description of a secret agent Fowler had ever read. Following him down the musty corridor of the gloomy French hotel where Osable had a room, Fowler felt let down. It was a small room on the sixth and top floor, and scarcely a setting for a romantic adventure. Osable was, for one thing, fat, very fat. And then there was his accent. Though he spoke French and German possibly, he had never altogether lost the American accent he had brought to Paris from Boston 20 years ago. You are disappointed, Oswald said busily over his shoulder. You were told that I was a secret agent, a spy, dealing in espionage and danger. You wish to meet me because you are a writer, young and romantic. You envisioned You envisioned mysterious figures in the night, the crack of pistols, drugs in the wine. Instead, you have spent a dull evening in a French music hall with a sloppy fat man who, instead of having messages slipped into his hand by dark-eyed beauties, gets only a prosaic telephone call making an appointment in his room. You have been bored. The fat man chuckled to himself as he unlocked the door of his room and stood aside to let his frustrated guest enter. You are disillusioned, Asabel told him. But take cheer, my young friend. Presently you will see a paper, a quite important paper for which several men and women have risked their lives. Come to me. Someday soon that paper may will affect the course of history. In that thought, in that thought is drama, is there not? So that was a paragraph I have chosen. Now some new words are there. So we'll go through the new words also. Musty. Word musty is there. It means having a stale, moldy or damp smell. As in winter season we find, or in rainy season we find musty smell. Corridor. A long passage in a building easy from which doors lead into rooms. Then gloomy, dark or poorly lit, especially so as to appear depressing or frightening. Scarcely means almost not. Accent is a way of speaking, a distinctive way of pronouncing a language, especially when associated with a particular country, area, or social class. This is it means possibly, just well enough, tolerable well. Espionage, it means spying. Envisioned, imagine as future. Possibility, visualize. Envision means imagine as a future possibility or visualize. Sloppy means carelessly dressed. Prosaic means ordinary. Chuckled means laughed quietly without opening his mouth. Disillusioned means disappointed in some or something that one discovers to be less good than one had believed. Now here we go for the explanation. Fowler felt that Ossipal did not look like a secret agent at all. He was following Ossipal to his room through a smelly and a bit scary corridor. His room was on the top floor, which was the sixth floor of the hotel. Ossipal was a very fat man and his accent was American, although he had been living in Paris for the last 20 years and could speak a bit of French and German. Then Ossipal tells Fowler that although he was told that he was going to meet a secret agent, a spy agent who had been dealing with danger, crime scenes, and drugs, but Fowler was disappointed. He had to spend the evening in a music hall with an old, poorly dressed, extremely fat man who used traditional methods for making the information travel rather than duties delivering to him. He then exclaimed that Fowler was bored with him. As soon as he opened the door of his room, Oswald gave way to Fowler. He entered the room, closed the door, and turned on the light. Then Oswald told Fowler that he had been thinking all wrong, and the best part was yet to come, as they would soon be coming across a paper for which a lot of men and women had risked their lives, and that report was very important. So that was the explanation of the paragraph selected by me. Now, next paragraph. As he spoke, Osopil closed the door behind him. Then he switched on the light, and as the light came on, Fowler had his first authentic thrill of the day. For halfway across the room, a small automatic pistol in his hand, stood a man. Osopil blinked a few times. Max, he whizzed. You gave me quite a start. I thought you were in Berlin. What are you doing here in my room? Max was slender, a little less than tall, with features that suggested slightly the crafty, pointed countenance of a fox. There was about him, aside from the gun, nothing especially menacing. The report, he murmured. The report that is being brought to you tonight concerning some new missiles. I thought I would take it from you. It will be safer in my hands than in yours. Oswald moved to an armchair and sat down heavily. I am going to raise the devil with the management this time, and you can be on it, he said grimly. This is the second time in a month that somebody has got into my room through the nuisance of the balcony. Fowler's eyes went to the single window of the room. It was an ordinary window, against which now night was breathing blackly. Balcony, Max said, with a rising inflection. No, Opassky, I did not know about the balcony. It might have saved me some trouble had I known. It might have saved me some trouble had I known. And this is the explanation of the paragraph. After saying this, Oswald closed the door behind him and turned on the light. As soon as the light was turned on, Fowler experienced his first thrill of visiting a secret agent as he saw a man with an automatic pistol standing across the room. Oswald recognized the man as Max and asked him what was he doing in his room when he was supposed to be in Berlin. Max was thin, a bit short, and his face looked a bit like that of a fox. He seemed harmless except the gun he was holding. Max said that he wanted the report about the missiles for which Ossipal had been waiting as he thought that he would be able to keep it more safely. This is said to create humor as he just wanted the reports for his own benefit. Ossipal sat down on a chair and started speaking that he would definitely have a fight with the management of the hotel as this was the second time that someone had climbed up from the balcony of the room. Then Fowler looked towards the window and saw that it was an ordinary window and that it was pretty much dark outside. Max said that he came through the master key and did not know about the balcony. Had he known about it, his work would have become much easier. And this is the explanation of the second paragraph chosen by me. I am saying second paragraph because there are many paragraphs and I have chosen particular section of the textbook. So therefore, whatever paragraph is given earlier, that is explained over here, and this is second paragraph. We'll move further. Thank you, children. Stay home, stay safe. Have a nice day. Some more things I would like to tell you, children. I will take a new part. I will send you a new video of this story, second part of this story, so that you can watch this video and rest of the part you can watch in the second video. So thank you, children.